Alright guys, I'm Gr8 or J-Mate, however you want to pronounce it, and welcome to the first episode of Great or Hate, where I get to decide whether a game is great or hate. And in our first episode we're going to be looking at Beyond Good and Evil, so let's take an obligatory look at the title screen. Quick disclaimer guys, so back in 2004, 1 year after the initial release of this game, my dad took me to the local petrol station and bought me this game for £2, hoping to shut me up for 5 minutes. Can we just wrap our heads around this? 1 year after this game released, it was sold for £2 in a petrol station. How shit did people think this game was back then? I mean, it was on one of those fucking shit little spinners where they sell fucking porn and sweets. Fuck it. Anyway, I'm trying to say is I've played this game before and I'm revisiting it now in 2019. So let's get back to the video. Beyond Good and Evil is an espionage, photography, stealth, racing puzzle game. I mean, this game is trying to do a lot of different things, which it mostly succeeds at, with a lot of variety in the gameplay. I mean, you get stealth, photography, melee and ranged combat, hovercraft combat and racing, and a couple more which I won't mention right now for spoiler reasons. So the game's story follows our hero, Jade. As her orphanage is ravaged by space vaginas, she is forced to go on an adventure to uncover secret military conspiracies to save the entire planet from H.P. Lovecraft's pet psychic bone squid by shooting it in the face with a CD-ROM.
What the fuck, Richard?
This game is varied as fuck! So let's get into it, guys. Spoiler warning from this point onwards. Jump to the timecode on screen right about now for the final verdict. First on our list of great things in the game is the photography mechanic. The mechanic itself is pretty simple. You just point the camera, get the creature in frame, and pow.
Gotcha, bitch!
The only amount of spice you can expect is that you might need to zoom or the creature might move, that's it. What makes this so good is how it's linked to the other mechanics through gameplay. Is stuff like taking enough pictures of creatures can lead to upgrades for your camera, but it can also reward you with pearls to upgrade your hovercraft at Gr8. You also get rewarded for taking pictures of risky things like bosses or things that wouldn't usually be thought of worthwhile, like this code on the table in the Gr8 bar.
Got him!
This game just teaches you to look at the environment in different ways, and the best thing is, even though it's a huge focus of the game, it never forces you to do any of this, it's all optional. Unlike our next topic. When this taught me in 2004 first got to the factory stealth section, I seriously couldn't do it. It was something about the guards and the music together that just scared me so much that I just didn't want to get caught, but now in 2019 I can see that the enemies are a fucking joke.
Ow!
You can just slip by these enemies with ease, as their lines of sight are smaller than a rat's ball bag. And even if you do get caught, all you need to do is dodge a couple attacks and slap their monster energy backpacks to kill them instantly. It's fucking stupid. They have these one-shot kill laser cannons which they like to add into some areas to stop you fighting them, which I'm assuming is to increase the tension of being caught, but there is no fucking consequence to being caught due to the checkpoint setting you back to the entrance of the room you were just fucking caught in.
Okay.
And throughout the entire game, they want you to take the Alpha section seriously as this badass foreboding military complex, but one go with a fucking stick throwing CDs can take down their entire operation. It's fucking shite.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry. Ow!
A speedcraft motor!
Another great thing about the game is the world itself. It feels like a living, breathing world and it's absolutely stunning. I could go through the entire game and show you, but I'm just going to focus on one little bit just to illustrate my point. The Gr8 bar is where Jade is sent after she is recruited to join the Iris network and the real sneaky shit starts. There are so many characters in this area depicting the bleak and secretive atmosphere the Alpha sections have forced on the citizens of this planet. There are drunkards, secret meetings, this huge fuck.
Move, motherfucker, move!
Not to even mention the James Bond level sneaky underground resistance shit. But there is one huge fucking problem with the Yakuza bar.
Hi, Jade. Just a reminder.
Where to start with this cuck? I cannot describe the loathing I feel for this fucking twat. This is Francis. He hangs out in the bar just to wreck people at this table hockey game, and no matter how hard I fucking tried, I could never beat him.
You lose. Fuck!
And then later on in the game, when I'd forgotten about this little cock ring, he sends me this voicemail.
Hi, Jade. Just a reminder. My favorite pearl is still up for grabs. Or you scared of getting wiped out? Meet me in the bar. If you're ready to take a licking, that is.
Oh, fuck off, Francis. You can go fuck yourself. Let me introduce you to probably the best character in video game history, which is Paige. Paige is Jade's adopted father, but he's also a pig and a fucking man. It's just so utterly indescribable how lovable this bacon boy is. He follows you everywhere on your adventure, constantly trying to protect you and save you, like the best pork daddy ever portrayed in media. But he also needs saving himself sometimes, you know, showing a bit of that sexy vulnerability. And it's not like he's useless in combat or anything, like some kind of escort mission NPC. He's actually really helpful with things from puzzles to platforming. Topping all of this off, he has tiny little rocket boots on his cheeky trotters, which he made himself, so I'll let him explain how they work.
They run on homemade biocarburet. Here's the pocket of pressurized methane. And here, in the soles, are the 2 turbo reactors. All you have to do to fire them up is contract your abdominal muscles.
Right, so how's that going to help? So let me put this into perspective. He uses fucking farts to power his rocket boot so he can slam his fat lumps into the floor and help us with this scales platforming challenge. He also uses this stuff in combat too. It's absolutely amazing. Seriously guys, I fell in love with Paige while playing this game, but then they go and spoil it all and rip him away from you about 1/3 into the game. I'm assuming this is to give you a driving urge to go save him and propel the story forward, but after a long brutal journey you eventually find him and free him from the military squid vaginas.
Oh, we finally freed him. Paige, we're coming, dude. How do we get him out of this? Paige, no! What the fuck? What have you done? Paige, say something. Is he okay?
Holy shit, he's dead!
You've killed him. Paige.
Let's talk about this fuck knuckle. After the beautiful Paige is captured by the Alpha sections, we meet this tit. Double H. I double hate Double H, and how he's just a stupid fucking reskin of Paige with no personality. He has the same abilities and functions without the charm. Oh yeah, and he's a fucking idiot. I'd rather have no one after Paige is captured so I can feel how hampered I am without him, instead of instantly getting a new sidekick that has the same shit. What's better, watching my dad perform an ass-gas powered rectal slam on demand, or a hammer?
My respects, Miss Jade.
And we're stuck with this fucking lump for the rest of the game. Fuck you, Double H, you ruin everything.
The beluga.
So Double H is useless, and Paige and the orphans have been boosted off to the moon to be sucked dry by the squid demons. Everything's kinda fucked, but luckily the luscious Paige has planned for shit to go tits up when he wasn't around. So throughout the game you've been using the hovercraft to get from A to B and also in combat. Well, Paige, being the legend he is, has hidden an upgrade in the lighthouse that allows the hovercraft to fucking fly. Holy fucking shit, I cannot describe the joy I felt when I finally unlocked this as a kid. The amount of freedom it gives you is absolutely incredible. It allows you to access previous hidden areas on the map to get more pearls for upgrades, and once you get the space engine from Mama go,
Holy moly.
what the fuck? Is that a fucking space whale? I can't deal with this shit, this is amazing. And after all this excitement, we get to go to the super exciting moon base section that leads to an amazing boss fight at the end. Oh wait. So all the bosses in this game are a bit shy. We've got Stick Vagina, Spine Snake, Pissed Off Slug, Gr8,
Donkey!
Knees Weak, Mecha Grandad, Spine Snake but flying. I mean, they're all alright, but they just pale in comparison to the shitness that is Psychic Bone Squid at the game's climax. This boss is so fucking cheap. He's making you use completely new mechanics that you've never used before, and you have a split second to react to them. It just becomes a memory game. And even after you've memorised his patterns, he inverts your controls the second time, the prick. This boss just left a really sour taste in my mouth that lasted until the end of the credits. Story-wise, yeah, it's lovely, but the gameplay just made me sick. So after all of this, guys, what is my overall verdict? Is the game great or hate? This game is simply great. Even though it has its flaws in the boss fights, stealth and some of the characters, the amount of charm packed into the game along with the amazing variety in gameplay mechanics makes up for its flaws. If I had to give it a score, I'd give it an 8 out of 10, a great out of 10. But if you haven't played this classic yet, I can't encourage you enough to go out and buy it. I'm super excited for Beyond Good and Evil 2, I just hope they don't turn it into a Ubisoft open world tower climbing game, but I have faith in the team that brought us the original. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been my first ever video, so if you've enjoyed watching it, please comment below what you'd like to see me cover next. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you in the next one.